Yo, what's going on, everybody? Los here, coming back at you with another video. This time I'm back with another unboxing video. And I got these goodies right here. So, you want to know what I got? You know what to do. Hop on that train, take a journey with me. Alright, so we're back. Like I said, got a nice unboxing for you. Gonna try to make this nice and short and quick. Don't have a lot of time, so just gonna try to get on with it. Alright. So with that, let's open up the comic can. And the first book that I got was from Macari. And if you guys don't know Macari, it's sort of like an eBay type site. And you know, the thing with Macari is that you only have a few days to kind of like rate the seller and buyer and stuff like that. So they, the faster you rate somebody, the faster they get paid and stuff like that. So I tend to open up packages right away to check to make sure everything's okay. So sometimes the books are already unboxed, but this is one of the books that I got, and it's this guy right here. This is Deadpool #1, and this is an awesome Scotty Young variant cover. And this is the Screw You, variant cover. So as you can see it right there, Screw You. So yeah, sometimes there's a Mexican version of this as well, and you'll see it'll be MX, and it'll say down here MX in Mexico. So just be on the lookout for that. There's two different types, but Macari was having a sale. Sometimes they do this. They have these random sales where they'll send you a coupon for 10-20% off a purchase, and I usually will combine that with making an offer. So I'll send an offer out, combine it with the 10% off, and try to get even better deals. So that's what I did here. I was waiting for this. It was on my want list. And when that popped up, I was like, okay, now is a good time for me to try to jump on a deal. And I did. So happy to have this in the PC. It's one of those variants that I usually look for from Scotty Young. So I was looking for that for a while, but never want to overpay for it. All right, so we're going to go with this big boy next. All right, so this next one is this one. So I bought this because I was looking for one book in particular, and it was actually cheaper. Like I always say, it was sometimes if you have to buy in bulk and buy extra books because you want to try to get the one book, and it's cheaper, then go for it. So I was looking for this one book. It was one particular variant, and for what it was selling for, and just on its own, and what this person had this entire set for, and I was like, yeah, I might as well buy the entire set, the entire run, because it's cheaper than actually buying just that one book. And the one variant just happened to be in this set as well. So I was like, yeah, I'll take that. So let me try to put these in order and not have my fingers smudge the books. So, all right, let's do, I'm not sure which one is the first print or which one is the variant, because I believe the first couple of issues all had the variants included. So the book in question is Superboy, and I don't know anything about this series. I never read it, but there was a book in particular that I was looking for in this run. It was a variant cover, and you'll see it in a moment. But it gave me a chance to get the entire run, and maybe I'll give it a read. So that's issue #1. Like I said, I'm not sure if that's the variant or if this is the variant. I know that's John Cassidy, so thought that was pretty cool. So there's issue #1. Again, not sure which one. I'll hopefully put it there somewhere. All right, and the next issue we have issue #2. So when they put these together, they put them just in one bag together. I was like, all right. And so I know this is the variant cover for issue number 2. So this is the variant for issue number 2. I believe this is a 1 in 10. That's a Gilliam March. So thought that was pretty cool that that's in there, because if you look it up, that that could go for decent money on its own. So I thought that was pretty cool that was thrown in here. You also have issue number 3 right there, and there's the other issue number 3. Again, I'm not sure which one is the variant and which one is the A cover. I know this one for a fact because this is what I was looking for. So there's Superboy number 4, cover A. And here's the 1 in 10 that I was actually looking for. And it's this guy right here. So Superboy number 4, there's a variant cover. It's a 1 in 10. And if you don't know and you're wondering why the hell would you get a random Superboy number 4, this is an actually early Art Germ variant. So obviously Art Germ is known for drawing women and stuff like that, but he did do other books, and this is one of them. So this is one of his earlier books, and I actually dig this book, and I was like, oh man, didn't know Art Germ did a variant cover of this, so gotta snag it. So like I said, I was looking for just that book, and this set came along, and it was actually cheaper to buy the entire set with all these variants and all these covers and stuff, and basically the entire run, because I think this was only like an 11 issue run, and this literally came with all of them. And I know the seller packed this decently well, but just don't use Scotch tape. It's awful. It's so bad. So here's issue number 5. There's issue number 6. So like I said, the first 4 issues had variants to them, and then the rest were just the rest of the series. There's issue number 7, issue number 8, issue number 9, and these are all in pretty decent shape. Issue number 10, and issue 11, which I believe is the last issue in this run. So, and it's Jeff Lemire. I mean, I like Jeff Lemire, so I'll give it a shot. I got all the books, so might as well read the whole series, right? So thought that was pretty cool. But like I said, that was the main book that I was trying to get, was that issue number 4, and the fact that it came with that plus issue number 2, variant by the Gilliam March. I don't know if I'm saying it right or wrong, but yeah, the fact that was thrown in there too, I'm like, hell yeah. So definitely happy to snag that. And let's move on to the next one. All right, so this next book, this was another book that I've been looking for a while. If anybody has watched any of my previous videos, I've been trying to look for the early first Venomized covers. I know some of them are extremely expensive. Obviously that might have to wait, but some of the lower ones I've been trying to scoop up, and somebody had a bunch of them he listed. I tried to get, he had a few of them that I wanted. I offered him for 2 books, but when he sent the pictures, he looked at it and one of the books was kind of jacked up in the back. He didn't realize it, so he kind of canceled the order, refunded me, and gave me the deal just for the 1 book. So the book in question is this one right here. We have the Earth's Mightiest Heroes, the Avengers, number 21, and this is just an awesome Venomized cover. Just a sick cover. Some of these, the original Venomized covers were just awesome. I'm not sure if they were like 1 in 25s or 1 in 50s or something like that, but these were just awesome as hell. So obviously Spider-Woman, Cap, Iron Man, Venomized, these are just sick. So I've been trying to collect these whenever I can, whenever I get a nice deal. They're hard to, a little harder to find, especially in the wild. I think I got a decent deal for it. Like I said, I'm not trying to pay too much for these. I'm trying to get them when I can on a deal. So thought this was just cool. I will put the artist somewhere there because I'm not sure off the top of my head. I could kind of see it, but you know, sometimes the little tough to read. But yeah, I thought that was just an awesome one. All right, on to the next. Okay, so this next lot of books was from an actual so this was from Instagram, and I believe it was Sanctum Sanctorum Comics. They, you know, post a bunch of books. They have an online site, and they usually post a lot of books on Instagram. And sometimes they have some sales, and this time they had a nice sale. Posted a bunch of books, and I think everything was like 50% off or something like that. So there was a bunch of books that I was looking for, and I just bundled everything together, made the shipping better, and I got a great deal. So the first book that I got is this guy right here, and this is the Umbrella Academy #1. This is the Jim Lee variant. So, you know, Jim Lee is one of my favorite artists, and you know, I haven't read this. I, you know, kind of took a peek at like the Netflix show. I believe it was Netflix, but I never really got into it. But Jim Lee is awesome, and you know, I want to give it a shot, give it a read, and see what's up. But thought it was just awesome to get that. Next, another book that I was looking for, and you know, got it on a great deal. There's this one right here, and that is Invincible Iron Man #2. This is the variant cover. This is the Riri Williams Iron Man, Invincible Iron Man run. I believe I have this entire run for the A covers, but you know, I love the variant covers in this run, and definitely had to scoop that up. Next, another one of my like favorite characters, so definitely had to scoop this up. And this is Miles Morales, Spider-Man #13. This is the Venom Island variant. Happy to scoop this one up, especially for the deal I got. This is also, I believe, the first appearance of Billy Morales. So as a baby, but happy to snag this one. I believe now I have all of the variants. I think I'm missing just one. There's like a second print or something like that where they're actually in the delivery room. So I think that's the only one that I'm missing, but I have all the other ones. So happy to have that. Next is another variant that I think is just awesome, and it's a pretty cool, probably could be a Halloween one, and that is Uncanny X-Men 505. And this is just an awesome Greg Land variant cover with the Goblin Queen there. You see all the, you know, goblins and demons behind her. Just a sick cover. I know, you know, Greg Land could be hit or miss, and I know a lot of people will say that, you know, he tends to like over sexualize his characters, and you know, he's taken inspiration from, you know, maybe not so you know, pure locations and stuff like that. But you know, I think this is just an awesome cover. And you know, for the deal that I got it for, I think I got it for like $10 or something like that. So I'm like, yes, absolutely. And the last one, again, another one when I scoop these up whenever I can on the cheap. Some of them can be pricey, and this is Avengers World #1, but this is the Milo Manera. I might be butchering his last name. Variant cover. Like I said, again, it's another artist that can be controversial. Some of his covers can be a little risque. He comes from that, you know, Italian artist, you know, European, and he tends to, you know, push the boundaries. I know there's like a Spider-Woman one that he's done, and a few other ones that are kind of like risque. But you know, whenever I see these on the cheap, I scoop them up because they can. The artwork is still amazing on them, and you know, for whatever you want to say, the artwork is still pretty good, and I dig it. And when I can find them on the cheap, I'm gonna scoop it up. So here's the last one, and this one actually is coming from Australia. So it made it here okay. I obviously haven't opened it yet, but everything seems to be in order. You know, they kind of bagged it almost waterproof, I guess. But you know, it's always a little tricky getting stuff overseas. But this seemed to be okay. Alright, that was just how much I paid. Alright, get these books out of the way. And for the last book, I just gotta look at it real quick. Yeah. So this last book, like I say this a bunch, but if anybody knows me, this next artist was, you know, still was one of my favorites. Definitely taken from us way too early. And I've shown plenty of the books that I've gotten from him over the years. This one, I've been on the hunt for this one for a while. It's tough to find, and especially in the wild, and you know, prices are always kind of crazy, and even when they're in rough condition. And you know, this seller from Australia had it, and actually had it for a decent price, and I still offered them something, and they accepted the offer. You know, we came to an agreement, and we, you know, went back and forth, but you know, it was an acceptable offer for the condition that it's in. It's not the MX version. There's a Mexico version as well, so again, be on the lookout for that if it says Mexico on it. So you don't want that. And I first seen this from TJ. You know, he showed this, and obviously he has a 9.8 of it and stuff like that. But I've always wanted it since I seen it. And enough talking. It is this one right here. Wolverine number 66, the first appearance of Old Man Logan. And this is the Michael Turner variant. I believe this is like a 1 in 50. Come on, the storyline was awesome, but this cover is just amazing. I love Michael Turner. It just sucks that he's gone, and this was a one that I've always wanted. Yeah, I found it, great deal, and just so happy to have this in the PC. Yeah, just gorgeous cover. I know there's a black and white one as well. I'm not sure if I'm gonna go after that one, but I definitely wanted this one, and I'm happy to have it in the PC. But yeah, that was it. That is the last book. Hopefully you guys enjoyed those books. Let me know what was your favorite down below, and until next time, talk to you guys later. Peace.